Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Let's talk about my stock predictions. You have NVIDIA right here. This is the chart for this month of December. You guys know if you have been following all of this. And I'll also be talking about the Tesla chart, which is also very interesting. Now, in these past days, we really didn't see much. Today is December 12th, and we see that for NVIDIA at least is a slightly uptrend day. You can see that this is where the price begins, this is where it closed, and kind of volatile, very small volatility. This is a very yellowish day. You can see energies of both green and red present. These are one of the days where I usually avoid trading unless I have a guarantee that it will be very volatile. Usually that happens when we have, for example, a day where it is shared by opposite energies. For example, the 9th of December, you can see right here. This is shared by green and red, and it was a very volatile day, very volatile, especially the volatility the next day, but that's the case that I was talking about here. Anyway, so today we have this kind of slightly uptrend. We can see and we can expect maybe a more volatile day tomorrow because it's going to be Friday and it's going to be shared by this circle right here, this other box right here, the green box, and this small red box on the 13th as well. So we can expect maybe some volatility on that day. I'm hoping it can be an uptrend, another volatile, powerful uptrend, because if that's the case, we can expect a recovery to decent levels at the very least, because NVIDIA is really struggling right now. Ever since the last days of November, it's been quite a very hard time for NVIDIA. And this, I'm afraid, it's my hope, guys. I just told you that's what I hope. But it's not guaranteed because this box right here is not supposed to cover every single day within this range. For example, it's not supposed to mean all the way from the 10th to the 13th of December. Obviously, we're not going to see 4 or 5 consecutive green days. That's a very bizarre scenario. It's unlikely. So we already saw a very powerful impulse uptrend on the 11th of December. This is exactly what I try to do with the box. Every time you see these boxes and these days, you can absolutely almost guarantee it 100%, or at least on the 90% accuracy range, that you can see either a very strong impulse or correction depending on what the case is. So we see a very powerful impulse right here. It's actually one of the most powerful in the month. 7, almost 2%. So that's quite significant, especially compared to stocks. If you're from crypto trading, this is basically nothing. This is just like a normal day. But for stocks, it's a very significant day because 2% is actually significant. You can see that was also the case on the 4th of December. So this is a very powerful impulse, but I'm afraid that it's unlikely to see another one of these big ones, especially tomorrow. It's the case that it could be very volatile, but that volatility could go either way, or could go on the side, you know. So it could be like, for example, where the price closes very similar to where it opens, something like that. So you have to be very wary of that. You have to be prepared for the worst case scenario, which is another powerful correction leading all the way down and possibly to a new low, possibly returning to 27, 26, something like that. Yeah, especially 27, the lowest point of the 27th of November. So that could be the worst case scenario right here. And it's possible, it's not that likely. I'm hoping it's going to be green because it's the green circle right here as well. So we have that potential as well. We'll see what happens. But for the next week, we can expect either a very volatile day trending slightly upwards, or it could be a day where maybe something like that, where it's going to be a small impulse, maybe something like that. Let's hope it's a volatile impulse because that could be massive profits for this day on the Monday next week. But we'll have to see. For the very least, we also have a box sharing that day as well for both energies. So maybe it's going to be a very volatile day. Who knows? Okay, so let's take a look at Tesla now. And, before I continue with this, Just subscribe, hit the like button, all of that, guys. I need to remind you all because that's really what helps the channel grow. And I've been really growing my channel on cryptocurrencies, but for some reason people are not that interested in finances, normal traditional finances, so it's kind of crazy. But anyways, let's take a look at this Tesla chart, and what we can see for the Tesla chart, unlike the NVIDIA one, we see that today was a correction, was a red day. This is where the day begins, this is where it ends. Very volatile day. We can see that it had green energies as well, but in the end the red prevailed. That's exactly what I told you. It could happen in any of these days. You remember, these are alternative days, it's not consecutive days. So for example, we see a powerful 11 only to be a correction on the 12. Now this correction is very minor compared to this powerful impulse right here, which also falls on the 11th of December. I think that was the case indeed for the NVIDIA one on the box. I told you that I had the intention of also including the boxes in this Tesla chart, but I ran out of time. I'm so busy doing other things, just not only crypto predictions, finance, sports, all of that, guys. I'm very busy with my projects. So yeah, that's the reason why there are no boxes right here. But yeah, anyways, we could expect maybe, and for Tesla specifically, a very red day possibly tomorrow, and that could be a consecutive red day. If that does happen, we can see the price maybe go back to these levels on the peak of the 10th of December, and possibly, if it's a worst case scenario, lower than this. I don't think we're going to return to the levels that we saw on the 9th of December. I don't think that's likely. It's not really that likely. It could happen because anything can happen, but it's actually like an around 10% probability, something like that. I really don't see that happening. Maybe for the next week we can see a volatile Monday. That was also the case for NVIDIA. The chart also showed yellow Monday. With Tesla, could be more undecided maybe, or could be more volatile. We'll have to see. That's exactly what the yellow circle represents. But I'm especially focused on the 18th of December right here. Is probably going to be a very volatile day. And if things go right, it will be entering this green circle, which means that we can get a powerful, very powerful impulse on that day. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to prepare. I have already some of my positions very, very tight. I will maybe enter new positions depending on what happens tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you. Just a quick short video talking about these trading signals and trading warnings. So I again invite you all to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Give me your comments, guys. Give me your insights. Give me your thoughts. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.